channel, and welcome to Watt's Farm. Yes, indeed, we are back in episode 17, and really darn nice of all you to come by and give a watch. I am, praise be to all that's praisable, on my very last row of grass. Boy, I'll tell you, this has been a long, hard job, this one. Man, I think I've made 10 trips back to the farm. And although this thing does have a top speed of 39 kilometers an hour, towing a even small, like the hamster forage wagon, full of wet grass, yeah, top speed 10 to 11 kilometers an hour. That's on the flat parts. Yeah. The approach to the farm is a 6 kilometer an hour. You really want to get out and sort of walk around and do things while the tractor goes up the hill, but of course the game doesn't work that way type of speed. And we are, oh, there it is, the last usable tuft. Oh, hooray! Wow. That is a big meadow, let me tell ya. A big meadow indeed. I love how this has the interior sounds. You know? For something that has no canopy. I think that's just hilarious. Alrighty. Or cab, I guess. It's not an aircraft. I guess you'd call it a cab. So here we are. My very last trailer full. And, well, not quite full, actually. We are some 3,000 liters. I'm sorry, 2,700 liters shy. So. There. See what I mean? Once we're on the level, you know, you throw another almost 3K in there, and guaranteed she's don't do much better than this. Yeah, I'm trying to, it's, what, 3:09 in the afternoon. I started this at the crack of dawn. So that pretty much took care of our first day of summer. Now, I'm trying to, because seasons does tend to slow things down a little bit. Now, I'm running 6-day seasons, of course. So, you know, we're 24 days to a year. That's a fair bit. That's a fair bit to keep busy and interesting. So I have been doing it so that we're doing sort of 1 day per episode. Like this is our 7th day, and this is episode 18. So obviously this is a recent decision. Yeah, dang, I can work out the amount of silage I'm packing, but figuring out episodes per days isn't working so well for me. But I think if possible, I mean, except for days, obviously, like the first day of spring was, you know, the first couple days of spring actually were quite busy, you know, and it wasn't like I was going to sow 4 fields in, you know, a single episode. It's one of those deals. Now, it means I'm doing a ton of off-camera stuff, right? You know, we did the very beginning of that field and the very end. The 4 hours it took me real time to do all the bits in the middle, you know, luckily enough, isn't going to translate to, you know, 8 episodes of Farm Sim. I don't think you guys would like that. So, but sort of fitting, I suppose. It is only another 2 and a bit months that we will be left playing this particular gem of a game. And then, of course, it'll be oh so passe, and 19 will be the new kid on the block. Well, hopefully a fairly new kid anyway. And once the amazing modding community kicks in, well, we'll be This is the part where I just want to sort of get out and wander over and, you know, check the local price of hay and such. But, yeah, hopefully once the modding scene kicks in, of course, it'll be business as usual. Or better. We can only hope for better. So, rah, we've made the top of the hill. I can put my hands back on the keyboard and pretend to do things. There we are. I've steered the tractor. Yes, my last 4 hours have been filled with these sort of thrills. And if this sort of thing absolutely thrills you as well, along with the other content on my channel, and you haven't yet subscribed, well, this is, you're probably not going to miss anything if you look down for a sec there and click that subscribe button. There's a little icon in the bottom right-hand corner that will allow you to do that without having to exit the glory of full screen video, which I'm sure you're watching this. I mean, after all, the phone's only so big, the screen's like 6 inches or something. So, yeah. Where did I put it the last? I think that side. So actually, I'm going to come in over here. I was finding it was getting quite a hump in the middle if I was relying on dumping it all on the same side. I also know that when I do this, even at a dead run, I can only make it as far as you see there before I run out of grass. And done. Yep. There we are. And just for zits and wiggles, we'll drive back over it. It won't compact it a whole bunch. What are we at? 88%. Each time I do this, though, it takes less compacting. And 89%. Isn't that swell? Put. Oh, you poor little thing. You need a bath soon. You do. That ain't gonna help the Fiat, but blah, blah, blah. Waking this thing up is kind of like waking me up in the morning. There's those first couple of seconds of just intense, and then everything seems to sort of smooth out more or less, you know. And from there, it just sort of plods along. Damn, that thing's a lot like me. Limited range, but doesn't seem to care if it's going frontwards. Yep, it's exactly the same. That's outstanding. All right, let's see how we're doing. Yeah. First stare in the morning can be a bugger. That's why I live in a single-story apartment. All right, here we go. Another real advantage of this little machine in this particular job. But it is possible to get it high centered, and that's what's happening there. Once you drive over it, though, it's perfectly fine. How are we doing? 93%. This edge trimmed up a bit. "24 days will need to maintain you." Is that real days or season days, dude? Alrighty, we're almost there. Really? You're gonna make me just go halfway back, aren't you? Yep. Okie dokie. Okie dokie indeed. Let's go park you up. We're not going to need you for a little bit here. Fooled you, eh? You thought I was going to park inside. No, actually not. I figure worst that the rain will do is wash it off. Alright, very, very good. So what did we end up with here as a final tally? Tally-ho, what? Alrighty. We ended up with 131,507. So, we're going to do that. And, geez. Nice job of leveling, eh? I tell ya, smooth as a baby's lower intestine. Wonderful. Who's what? Fermenting 1%. Excellent, excellent, excellent. All right. Well, I gotta tell you, I'm not sorry to reach the end of that particular job. That was rather tedioso, as the Italians don't say. All right. So up next, what time is it? Almost 4 of the p.m. Okay. So I think what I need to do is grab my fronted loader, see if I can find myself a stack of wood chips, and get them dumped into our heater, so that I can make a little bit of money this evening and pay for all of the farm maintenance. There we go. So, let's take our tractor back there. Well, I want to, while we're over here, since I did unload this thing, I think I actually did that on camera, didn't I? Just to show you I wasn't just chucking the bales around by hand, because them's the big uns. Okay. I wasn't sure if I might have to have had it in the raised position, but I think it does that to, when you park it, you have to lower it, I believe. So, there we go. Let's get you parked up. Let's see if you do, or if it has a stand. Yeah, you do have to lower it. That's what I thought. I gotta like them old tractors, man. Okie dokie. Ka-chung. Lovely. What a handy dandy piece of kit. Alright, so now, your cows need TMR. I'm working on that. I am working on that. Whoopsie. There we go. Smooth. Now, I would imagine that it is out at the sawmill. Yes, I just went completely blank. Okie doke. Do you still have? You do. Because one thing I don't really need at the sawmill is wee pointy stick things. I don't think I have any bales out there. Da-da-da-dum. So where's a good place to set these? Yes. No point wasting all that space. I'm sure Clint put it here for a reason. Of course he did. Lovely. Thanks, buddy. Always thinking about how I farm. Alright, let's head down to the mill of saw. And see if we can't scavenge a little bit of wood chippery. Because I could really, really use a little extra coin coming in here. And we don't have the fruit sales. That's basically it. As much as I'm not fond of that system where things just sort of, you know, self-sell themselves in the background and you get the old trickle-oo of money coming in. As cool as it is to look up and go, oh, hey. You know, all of a sudden I have $2 or $3 or $10,000 more than I did the last time I happened to look at the number. Yeah, as cool as that is, I find it much cooler to have to actually go there with a trailer or whatever it might be and, you know, physically remove the product and then physically take it somewhere and dispose of it. You know, and then watch it all go ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. You do lose that element of surprise, but I mean, come on, I'm old. How many surprises do you honestly think a person can stand? How are we doing here? 420. Well, it's always 420 somewhere. Never mind. I didn't say that. Okay. Well, what? Keep in mind, man, I live in Canada. It's, they've already passed the legalization, eh? And as of the middle of next month, it will be completely legal for anybody that is and was. So, there you go. No more wasting the taxpayers' money, smacking people around for a harmless thing like that. Alright, so you've got... Alright, excellent. You've got lots. That's what I wanted to see. Unfortunately, the other thing I wanted to see was my front loader. And it's not here. Oy vey. Well, at least we know we got a bunch of money sitting there, right? Okay, where are you? Mr. Volble, you're in group 2. Well, aren't you special? Yeah, moo. No, I didn't see it there the whole time we were playing with the silage. Remember, I was down at the other end of the pit. How would I possibly have seen this? It's not like it's bright yellow with a bright red interior. What a horrible thing. It must stand out like a sore thumb. Woo! I don't know who leaves their trailer in the middle of the road like that. Alright. A bucket of chipped gold. Well, might as well be at this point in the game. Hey there, Morgan. Yes, I haven't returned the Caterpillar tractor. It's turned out to be a lot of fun. Besides, it's $2,800 cheaper than some weird bunch of rollers on a bar that you have to stick behind a tractor that's... Unfortunately, it weighs more than either of the tractors we own. So, it doesn't work too good. So I guess we'd have to buy a weight to pack on the other end, and then you're pretty much just about to snap the poor thing in half every time you hit a wee bump. Alrighty. Let's grab ourselves a potato. I don't have to steal it all from the wood plant when I apparently have wee bits of it all over the place. Let's get some tippage going on there. Do-do-do-do. There's a quick 1,000. Darn near 2. Oh, don't hit the stumps. Nice. Well, there we are. We're already more than half of what we were going to have to take out of the other thing there. So that seems reasonable. In fact, I'm quite pleased with that. Means we're only going to be stealing less than 2,000 from the wood plant. Cool. That'll leave us lots of chips to fire back into the other end of her. Not that she's going to do anything at the moment. We got to get rid of those pallets. So let's pick up another couple thou. There we are. In fact, less than that. Alright. Back to the farm. How's our little sapling project doing? Well, I imagine they're way too small to actually see anything yet. But yes, indeed. Oh no, I can see them. Cool. Very cool. That was kind of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I like little mods like that. I mean, I wouldn't want to, you know, have reforested the World Challenge map that way or something, but it certainly is a cool little mod. Ooh, almost 5 p.m. Been a beautiful first day of summer. That's very much like the view I get if we look out towards the ocean. Well, actually across the strait to Vancouver Island. There's a peak right behind Comox that looks very much like that. Comox is a military air base, but it's sort of directly across from Powell River. And it's got a glacier on it called Forbidden Plateau. I don't know how much of the actual glacial ice is still up there. She gets pretty green in the summer these days. Alright. 6,000 liters of wood chips. You done fermenting yet? It's been 2 hours. Moo, I'd do it all for you. Just 'cause you moo. Alright. So, just a quick blurbert for me. If you like the channel and would like to help support it, I do have a Patreon channel. And there's a link to it in the... Come on, make contact so I know I'm not dumping it on the floor. A link in the upper right-hand corner that will take you to my Patreon channel. All sponsors are greatly appreciated, and a big thanks and shout out to all my currents. There we are. Speaking of shout-outs, I'd like to give a big shout-out to my buddy Reefy. The Mere Man is a fine little YouTuber. Although you gotta understand, if you do go to watch his channel, that he does speak a foreign language. I think he's like well, British or something. So yeah, you might have a hard time with it because he is a foreigner. So, but yeah. Really inspires a lot of what you see on my channel, actually. He's also a fan of using the older gear, and did a couple of good series on Watt's Farm as well. So yeah, big shout out and hello to my buddy Reefy. Alrighty. And with that, guys, I think we're a couple of minutes shy, but you know what? Yeah. I can't really think of another project I want to start today. So, I'll take you along for the ride here. And we will make it day 2 of summer. And see what it brings us. Oh, one thing I want to do, let's just quickly slow down. Let's have a look at our, our seasons thing. I want to try and figure out, now where's barley? Here it is. So if I plant barley somewhere around the 1st or 2nd day, or at least into early autumn. Not really, eh? I don't get this. I mean, we should be able to put a crop in the autumn and harvest it in the spring. I mean, fairly early into the spring. Like, the only thing it shows here is oilseed poplar and grass. Huh. Well, if you guys can tell me, is there a crop I can put in for the winter? I mean, I would have thought barley, because I know that is something that's done. But mind you, that's where I live. Maybe the season's geo from a different, you know, I think I'm using northern Oregon. So that should really be quite close. I mean, that's not that far away from me. You just have to sort of skish Washington State out of the way. Sorry to all you Washingtonian, whatever. I don't know. It's, because, I mean, it definitely shows that you can do a planting here. Right at the very end of summer. And we should have it harvested by then. Because I'm going to harvest it as soon as we bloody can, obviously. So we could put another crop down. I guess this means it'll go through the winter. Anything that's still green up here. Whereas soybean, corn, yeah, I know none of this stuff does. But here. Alright. So barley and canola, apparently, huh? Alright, good to know. And they both start harvest at the same time. Canola, we just have an earlier window on when we can do our autumn harvest, or autumn planting. I think that'll do it. I think I've got it figured out. So I think we will put some barley and some granola in for the winter. In the meantime, though, well, winter's a long ways off. It's only going to take us here to the 2nd day of summer. And we'll find ourselves a nice place to watch that happen. So I do appreciate all of the comments that come in, all of the likes, and whoever you sneaky people are that keep hitting the dislike button. Good for you. But I mean, tell me what it is you dislike. You never know, I might be willing to change it. I might tell you to go mind your own business, but that's part of it. It is indeed. Yes, our greenhouses. That's something that we will be spending probably a couple of days in the later summer. We'll get those started. Same thing, I think we've got till the end of summer to get the medicinal greenhouse up and running so that we can supply the needs of the plant that's, I'm going to say over between those two mountains. Over there. Either that or it's over here somewhere and I can't just see it from where I am, because this is a reasonably tall slopage up beside us. There's lots of really nice places like this you can stand and look out over the place. So Once we have some more critters and such, it will seem much more alive. Alright, it's starting to dim out now. This is one thing you gotta love about farm sim physics, eh? You can climb any mountain. Yeah, you can run up it like you was a 9-year-old. There we go. God, I haven't been able to run for 5 years, let alone straight up a mountainside. There we are, Watts Farm. Yeah. Designed and laid out and built by my buddy Clint Watts. And then Mr. Darren C. came in and worked on it quite a lot. And the result you see is this wonderful thing laid out before us. Alrighty, here we go. We're just about to find out what our daily charges for life are. Okie dokie, come on. I won't make you sit through till morning. But problem is too, I believe if you go past midnight, you can't use the Alt-N thing anymore, if I recall correctly. So, there it is. Don't waste a lot of electricity on Watts, just the amount of lights we need, eh? It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Dawn, 5:21 a.m. There we are. So, $572, $80. We didn't quite make our money back, but not bad. And with that, guys, I bid you adieu for another episode. Hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please hit the like button. Remember, we'll see you here the next time. And take care of each other, folks. Ciao for now.